Hi, this is Sarah Woodward, a student in EDT6010, and I'm going to be walking you through the Coin Capture Lines activity, which is available on the Desmos website. Step number 1 is to log into your teacher.desmos.com account. I log in using Google, and you want to search for the activity. You can just search for the top. I'm going to say Coin Capture Lines, and it will show right up. So on here, it has three different things here. It says, is this a good activity for mobile, for tablet, or for laptop? I can tell you, I logged in on my mobile device and was able to complete this activity, the first 3 steps, pretty easily. I don't think the kids would have a problem if they had to use a tablet or mobile device. However, when I use this in practice, I will be using a computing station, probably not laptops, but I will be in a computer lab. So on here, this is where you create your class code. We'll get back to that in a second. There's a dashboard. And then you can preview what the students will be asked to do. And I think this is probably the most useful part as a teacher, because you can see what the students are going to have to do. So just to walk through the activity, the first step is a very easy problem where they have to make a change to the equation of a line. So even if they forget what an equation of a line looks like, it kind of gives it to them there. And they have to notice that in order to knock these coins out, this needs to pass through at -1, not +1. They hit submit. And then you can kind of see what the students will be seeing. Awesome work! Great job! Let's see. So the second screen, again, they have to capture the coins. So this is where in the activity I said have a conversation about vertical lines and horizontal lines. So there's our vertical line right there, x equal to 4. And our horizontal line would be at y equal 3. Okay. Awesome work. We did it again. All right, let's see. And then the third step, this is a challenge. Now, in the final step, they're going to be creating a board that looks like this. So this is kind of to get them ready. And you probably could pause after this, or maybe even before this, and have a conversation with the students about why this is a good challenge, because it's not too challenging. The coins are kind of in a line. Some of the coins would fit into 2 different lines. You can make a connection to like connect 4 or something like that. So y equals, the first one is 4 minus x. That's this line down here. Just to kind of show you what the answer would be. And then there are tabs down here to show you what the responses that they're looking for are. So if you need to kind of review those things, you can. Or let's say you have like a co-teacher or a para in the room and you want them to be able to be involved also. It's kind of helpful sometimes for them to have the answers, because they have their primary focus sometimes is not on the content, it's on other things. There we go. And I typed in the same line again. So I'll show you where you can see that when the students make a mistake. So this last line, you can't see it down here, but it starts at -4 and goes up x. So y equal to -4, positive 1x slope. That's how I would teach in the classroom. And hopefully this works. It does. Good for us. We did it. Yay! Okay. And then the last part is to make a challenge. So I would have a conversation with the students about what is a good challenge and what is a bad challenge, right? So a challenge should be challenging for all the right reasons, because it's attainable, not because it's not. So I would also give the students a criteria. I would say, let's make sure that it's at least 4 different lines that to solve it. Let's make sure that on each line there are at least 3. 3 is probably a good number to use. 3 coins on each line. And let's do another horizontal line right here. So that's probably a pretty good challenge for the kids to do. They would place the coins, and then that would be their challenge next. So here they can solve their own challenge, okay? And then once they've solved their own challenge, they can also have the opportunity to solve challenges of their classmates. And I think this is good because this builds soft skills, because they will be communicating with each other about this, about their challenges, and I think that's really neat. I'm looking forward to the students doing that. The last thing I want to show you is the teacher dashboard. This is where you can see how the students are progressing. This is a nice screen. Makes me wish I had a projector in my classroom, but I don't. But this is a nice screen because it shows the students this is the site they have to log into, this is the code they have to put in. Fortunately, it's pretty simple to write this on a board somewhere if you don't have access to a projector like me. So here we go. I logged in as a student using my mobile device. You can anonymize the names if you wanted to have this kind of running during the class, and it'll put a check for where the students are. So I only did the first 3 on my own, and then this last class group activity I couldn't really get to because there's only one of me. Here you can also select pacing, which means you can say I only want the students to do the first 3 because after the first 3 I want to stop and have a conversation about it before they move on to the group challenge. I'm going to cancel that. You can also say pause. So if you notice that many students are giving you the wrong answer, that you could pause the whole thing and have everyone kind of bring it up to the board to review something. And the way you would see that, if you go under teacher, you can see all the responses. So if you're noticing, this is the one I messed up on. If you're noticing that on student 1 test, right, many people are getting wrong with the horizontal and vertical lines, my guess is that that's where the problems would be because they just need more reinforcement with that sometimes. X equals and Y equals what they are. So I think you could pause the whole game and say, we're going to stop, we're going to pause, we're going to review horizontal and vertical lines, and then everyone, it's good. It's that instant feedback that works really nicely. So back to the summary. And those were kind of the big things that I wanted to make sure everyone saw was this teacher dashboard. This is where you're going to be doing everything from. If you have any questions, I think this is a really neat activity. Don't hesitate to contact me, Sarah Woodward. Thank you.